Hey everybody, Glecko here, back with yet another video. So in this video, I wanted to put Mereoleona against the third eye, the three strongest members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. So this is, we're using Black Clover beginning series level of power. So around like a village of Neon or when the Mereoleona was first introduced. All right. So Mereoleona versus the third eye, Fauna the Hateful, Veto the Despair, and Raya the Disloyal. So I thought about this while making my last video, talking about the Apostles of Sephiroth versus the 12, versus Zagreus. And for some reason, I wonder how Mereoleona would have fared against the third eye, because initially I thought she'd win, but I no longer think that now. I don't think Mereoleona can beat the third eye by herself. Because I was talking about how I forget what it was that made me wonder this, but I thought she might have been able to beat them, because after, considering beginning level Black Clover power, considering beginning of series Black Clover level powers, after Julius, the Wizard King, Mereoleona is the second strongest. And I was rating this based off her fighting 5 elves, but there's a couple of things, right? One, she did not win that fight. The elves were going to kill her, or she was going to have to sacrifice herself in order to beat them. And two, she only fought 2 of them that were actually like captain level. The others were kind of Like if you added the other 3 elves that helped Raya and Lyra, and sure, they had levels like Lyra had the power of was like Real, who was boosted, and then Raya was at the level of a Magic Knight captain, but then he got boosted. So they were stronger than Magic Knight captains. Okay, so that goes into account. But we're never really shown how much more powerful they were, because it's like Patry, when he got his Dark Elf amp, and Asta was able to kind of contend with him briefly a bit. So it's like, it doesn't seem like they got, I mean, surely they're much more powerful, but it doesn't seem like they're too powerful. Because remember, Kaiser, who was also an elf, got a power up, and he got beat by Flagoleon. And Flagoleon, even with Salamander, was definitely weaker than Mereoleona. So back to the video at hand. Mereoleona versus the third eye. She loses, but dang, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay, so how powerful is beginning of series Mereoleona? Because that'll help us figure this out. Because at first I thought she was at the level of 5 Magic Knight captains, but there's actually someone else who's at that level. But I'm planning on making that video a little later. But nonetheless, she's actually not that strong. Mereoleona is about 2.5 times. So she's like 2 Magic Knight captains, at maybe like a low tier vice captain, like the vice captain of Nozelle's team. They call him the some guy, I forget. He appeared in the tournament arc, the Royal Knight Selections exam arc. So that's a guy who I consider to be like, so add like 2 Magic Knight captains in him, and I think that's the level of power Mereoleona is. Mereoleona could beat any 2 members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun on her own. I definitely believe that, especially considering the fact that she fought a captain. Oh, that's why I was going with that point earlier. Yeah, we're not really shown. We don't really know how much more of an amp they got, just that they got an amp. So anyway, but when you take 2 amp captains and you add 3. And see, in the 3 elves, I know it was Pooley, the guy who was on Mereoleona's team. I forget what his name was. And then there was the girl who was a part of Real's Magic Knight squad. She used snow magic. Those 3, right? They were decent fighters, and they got an amp. Okay, add them, and then you add a little amp from 2 people who are already on the level of Magic Knight captains. I'm willing to give that another captain level. So Mereoleona, when she was fighting the 5 elves, was fighting a force comparable to about 3 Magic Knight captains. But remember what I said. She was going to either lose or have to sacrifice herself to take them down. In fact, I think Raya, no, Asta and Zerch had to come in and save her. So yeah, that's basically it. Mereoleona does not defeat the third eye. I don't I don't I don't believe she even gets close. Especially when you consider the fact that they can go into their crazed berserk mode. But yeah, I don't know. And they seem to be much more powerful than even regular Magic Knight captains. Because when they were fighting in the village in Neon, um, they they were able to seal Lick's dangerous power. Like when he was getting ready to explode or whatever, they were able to seal that away. But the Magic Knight captains couldn't. Charlotte, Rosalie even stated as much. It was Charlotte, Nozel, and Jack. And it's like, oh no, not even we can seal that. So I mean, they're off rip. They're already better, and of course, we're not using their amp forms. But yeah, this fight, Mereoleona ultimately goes down. You got Fauna and her healing magic, and Fauna has Salamander here too. So I'm not gonna say no. Salamander's not gonna matter, but her healing magic is a problem. You got Veto and his beast magic, and Veto also can sense ki. And then you got Raya and his copy magic. Though he wasn't able to copy, I don't think he'd be able to. Well, I don't think he'd be able to copy any of her abilities anyway. So, but let's address the elephant in the room. Mereoleona's monozone. She was able to completely body him using monozone, but there's a problem with that, right? Like she beat him, but she wasn't able to like insta kill him using that monozone. So the thing is, could Mereoleona? Sorry, gotta pick up something here. Could Mereoleona, like, what would happen if she tried to use monozone? Okay, at best this fight could be a tie, but I don't see her completely overpowering all of them. Like if she was able to insta kill Raya, or Raya said, "Oh no," like he was eventually gonna die, but he was resisting her attacks. If she somehow got 2 of them, or maybe even 3 in that barrage, I don't think that would actually. I don't see. I just genuinely do not see what she could do here. But I ain't gonna ramble on too much longer. I done made my point. They've got healing, and they've got just too much magic power for her to deal with. So Mereoleona ultimately goes down. But it's a drawn out fight, but I just thought about something. Well, it also needs to be taken into consideration the fact that Mereoleona did fight Raya previously. So she did expend a little bit of magic. And then when you consider no, even then, I think, yeah, at best, this fight would be a draw, but I ultimately think she does lose. But yeah, this is Glecko. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.